Alright everyone, welcome to week 14. It's the playoffs. Big news, big time, big stakes. That's why I brought in a co-host. From now on, I'll be joined by high school Jacob Blizzard. Say hi, Jacob. Thanks, buddy. Let's get into the matchups. In the first matchup, team all lubied up mopped the floor with the custodial engineers. Thanks, Luby. Nobody likes it when Casey wins anyway. And in the other matchup, Lawhorn's lovable losers were saved from absolute embarrassment by his two running backs who scored more than half of his points. This is a bad omen, however, as his team is almost guaranteed to bounce back next week. Good luck, Luby. Now it's time for the coach's spotlight. Take it away, Dad. Dad?
Oh, hey guys. It's time for the coach's spotlight. This week we look at Brian Butz, coach of the now injured reserve. You can also call him B, the commish, Schmedley, Honey Biscuit, son number one. Not in number one in your heart, but number one in birth order. During Lent, the Codfather, and of course Ray, which he would have wished that we would have named him when he was born, but Ray was not on our radar. Brian's currently a student at the University of Cincinnati and probably will be for life as long as he can keep getting paid internships. He's studying accounting, where he's learned to count by nines. One side goes up, the other side comes down, as he'll tell you. And despite all these internships and years of accounting classes, he still is unable to help me out. Dad, hey, how about you file my taxes for me? Nope, can't do it, Dad. I don't know how to do that. So good luck to whoever hires him in this big accounting position. So Brian's currently in Houston on an internship again. We had a problem. Despite surviving a hurricane, the Astros winning the World Series, on a recent trip to Houston, I determined and saw some plans, the real reason why he wanted to go to Houston. As he mentioned in other videos, him and his brotherhood of fellow NASA nerds playing intramural football, his glory days on the field. The real reason he went to Houston is this picture. You can see the plans to go to Mars and create a nerd world in Mars. Mars will not have anything but nerds. Now for some more fun facts about our coach. Brian did actually play 1 year of organized real football. Hard to believe, I know. But at Mahler High School, having never played football before ever, he played football for Mahler's freshman team. And he may still hold the record for the longest pick six. So the remarkable thing about it, he got the pass in the end zone, and then two, he ran 100+ yards while outrunning the entire Withrow football team. That's quite an accomplishment. Unfortunately, when he scored a touchdown, everybody's congratulating him, patting him on the helmet. Good job, Brian, awesome. Boom. After the game, he's suffering from concussion-like symptoms, and his football career had to come to an end. And unfortunately for him, that team went on to win state football championship their senior year. And who knew? Mahler has a dance team. Brian was a star. I've never seen a kid practice so hard on dancing than Brian. He was truly amazing.
Aw, Dad, you think I'm amazing? Also amazing, my Eagles, fly Eagles fly, caw-caw! Won again this week over the Rams, clinching a first-round bye and home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Hell yeah! Eagles win, Casey loses. What a great week. Nothing can bring me down.
Eagles fans completely lose it after they find out their star quarterback Carson Wentz is out for the season with a torn ACL.
Fuck! At least there's no way Todd Gurley puts up 40 points for Lawhorn again this week. No, 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 no!
I am so sorry to my world. I am so sorry to my world. This is not what we want.
Well, all my hopes and dreams are crushed for this season, but it's time for this week's mailbox. Dear Brian, congratulations on winning the Buzz Aldrin Intern of the Semester Award. Please find enclosed your monetary reward. We hope this brightens your day. Sincerely, NASA Procurement. Thanks, NASA. That does help a little bit. Alright, okay, alright, I'm a good offense without Carson Wentz. Nick Foles sucks, but got a good defense. Maybe we can make this work. This is good news. And for more news, we go to our special fake news reporter, Tony Butz, in the field. Take it away, Dad.
All right. I would be remiss if I didn't touch on this topic. The horrible fake news atrocities that were levied my way, wanting to change me to the sellouts. And if you think back, Brian, let's think back, way back when you came to me and you said, pulled on my, Daddy, what's fantasy football? And after you were disappointed it didn't involve dragons and knights, I finally explained how fantasy football worked. And do you remember, Brian, what was the number one rule? You've got to take your heart physically out of your body and place it somewhere else where you can't see it. Because if you start playing with your heart, you're going to lose. So when you're drafting, it doesn't matter who they play for. It doesn't matter where they went to college. You're drafting the best player that can possibly get you the best fantasy points. Now, one might call you a sellout. Mr. Kaka Eagle fan, how many damn Eagle players do you have in your team? One, the kicker. So let's not get all hoity-toity on top of your high horse calling everybody sellouts when you got one Eagle fan and you beat us to death with this Eagle Kaka shit every week. So, yes, Brian, you know the rules. I taught you well. Sorry that your team's injured. And finally, who could forget these two lovable fake news field reporters? One, my beloved wife. Yes, of course, I had all my Bearcat stuff in a box, being ready to be sent out to be cleaned to get ready for the upcoming football season. As now, I have all my UC basketball stuff in a box, being ready to be cleaned. My Mick Cronin basketball. So after a little bit of investigation, I decided to do a little snooping around. And guess what I found? I found 2 receipts from Kohl's. 1, to purchase the fake OSU t-shirt, and 2, to return the fake OSU t-shirt. And on the bottom of the receipt it said, reason for return. You know what the reason was? Because my husband is a Bearcat fan. And yes, who else would sit freezing their ass off a couple weeks ago watching that terrible football team get their ass kicked by Marshall, or I don't even know who it was. It was awful. And let's not forget this kid. During a recent investigation, it was determined that he's not actually your mild-mannered Dayton football player. He is Special Agent 0080, and he's linked with the Frederick von Frankenstein crime mob. I mean, that's the Frederick von Frankenstein crime mob. It's long been known that the Frederick von Frankenstein crime ring is well known for laundering money, and it's recently discovered that they launder money through this little ice cream shop in Silverton. Oh, wait a minute. Who owns that little ice cream shop in Silverton? Oh, our little fake news reporter. Wasn't that interesting? And Brian, that is tough to watch.
Yeah, wow. Thanks, Dad, for that incredibly detailed investigative reporting. Quite the family dynamic we have. But that's all we got for this week. Only one more week of the regular season left for the NFL. Hopefully the Eagles, fly Eagles fly, caw, can get another win and keep that momentum going right into the playoffs. Fuck me.